Today on the channel, got some of the finest Western wear out of the closet, so it can only mean one thing, best of season. And today on the channel, we're going to count down my top 5 Masters of the Universe Origin figures of 2022.
The spirit of Olympian Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another best of edition countdown video as we're counting down the best of in action figures in 2022. And on today's video, we're counting down my top 5 favorite Masters of the Universe Origin figures of 2022. And as you guys know about these videos by now, we start at number 5, work our way to number 1. And as always, this is my year end of the list. Give me your list in the comments down below. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong, but these are my personal top 5 favorite Masters of the Universe Origin figures that came out in 2022. Quite the year for the Masters of the Universe figures, not just Origins, but Revelations, New Eternia figures, whatever we're going to call those officially. Of course, we've got Mondo getting in with some of the bigger scale figures. Then you even got the little mini figures, and then you got the CGI Netflix series figures. So quite the year 2022 for He-Man releases. But the Origins, the bread and butter for a lot of collectors out there, myself included, really do enjoy this line a whole lot. Of course, growing up with the original He-Man and the Masters of the Universe line as a little kid, it is a really fun, nostalgic trip down memory lane. And this year, we're going to count down the top 5 best, like we do a lot of the other toy lines here on this very channel. So there it is. Get ready. Get your list together. Put it in the comments. Make sure you put it in order. And let's kick it off at number 5. All right, we kick off the top 5 list at number 5, naturally. And number 5 came from the Masters of the Universe Origins line, and it came in as an army builder. I love a good army builder, especially at my older age. As a kid, never thought about it, but nowadays I'm like, oh, it's an army builder. Do I need 2? Do I need 3? Do I need 7? Who are we fooling? Do I need 10? You never do know, but this is one I did buy quite a few of this year. Probably the most of any army building I did. This or the bad, I would say, for the G.I. Joe Classified line is there was a lot of deals on this figure throughout 2022. Whenever there was a hot deal, I'd swoop in, I'd buy some extra army builders. And what are we talking about? It comes from the evil Horde. It is the Horde Trooper at number 5. Very iconic, very cool, a little bit different than the original release, but really do like this one. I was happy they put this in the Origins releases of 2022. Just very, very good figure, a perfect army builder, as you can imagine. And 2022 really was the year of the Horde in the Masters Universe Origins line. As we turn our attention to 2023, it's going to be all about the year of the Snake Men. But coming in this year in 2022 at number 5 is the Horde Trooper. All right, we're at the number 4 spot in our top 5 Masters Universe Origins figures of 2022. And the number 4 spot, once again, we go to that evil Horde. The Horde just taken over, it seems like. But this one, we go to Mattel Creations, a very controversial website in the year of 2022, of course. We go to the Mattel Creations exclusive Grizzlor. Now, a lot of people are upset about this Grizzlor. I understand it. These things sold out within like 5 minutes on the website, and a lot of people are already mad because it was a PowerCon exclusive for the first version of Grizzlor. Then they made the second version as a Mattel Creations exclusive, so they never had a plain Jane regular retail release of Grizzlor, making a lot of people angry, and it is a little bit of a head scratcher. Why would you release 2 of these as exclusives and not have one out in the regular line? But gotta say, Grizzlor, very cool. Once again, very iconic from the evil Horde, of course, but very, very cool figure. They did reopen the window. People could pre-order, and I don't think those have shipped to people yet. I think they said something like 6 months later, but at least everybody had a second chance at Grizzlor. But it is a very cool figure, a very detailed figure, and a very iconic figure from back in the day. You know, you get characters like Mossman and Stinkor with some of their features, and of course, a guy like Grizzlor with his wacky and wild hair. And you know me, I'm a sucker for a hairy bipedal creature, so you probably knew he was going to be on my list here. But he does come in at number 4 in my top 5 list. All right, we're at the number 3 spot, the halfway mark in this very countdown. Do you got your list together? Make sure you put it in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you do put it in order. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You want to see all these other best of lists we got going on as we close 2022. But number 3, once again, we take a trip to Mattel Creations, the very controversial Mattel Creations website. And we go to the Mattel Creations exclusive Koldar, of course, Koldar, very cool, very awesome. A figure we never got back in the old days. This is just a one and done for this line, which I think is really cool. Of course, I believe he was only in one episode of the original Filmation series. He is one of He-Man's oldest friends, or Prince Adam's oldest friends. Very, very cool looking figure here. Very Sword in the Stone, very Death Dealer, very Frank Frazetta to like artwork and character looking. Just really, really cool. Two very cool weapons. A cool classic kind of Knights of the Round Table. I don't know if I'd go even Knights of the Round Table. I don't know. Just very cool warrior aspect here. But another one that, like I said, was a bit controversial, as a lot of people got iced out on this one, missed out on this one. So a little bit frustrating, but I understand why Mattel said, let's put this on Creations, because it's an unknown character. This isn't Stinkor. This isn't Mechaneck. This isn't somebody the majority of people knows, or even the deep cut people know. So it is a little bit of a gamble, and I think they were given throwing a bone to longtime hardcore fans, and it did kind of blow up in their face a little bit, as they did under anticipate the amount of people that actually wanted Koldar. So very cool at the end of the day. Very fun because it is so different. It is outside the box for the line, which makes it even more fun. But at the end of the day, it is a very good looking figure, and that's why it comes in at number 3 on my top 5 list. All right, we're down to the end. We're at the final 2, and we're at the number 2 Masters of the Universe Origin figure for 2022, as voted by me. And number 2 is another deep, deep cut. This one goes all the way back to Germany. It goes to the old school audiobooks back in the day. And this is a character we haven't seen a ton of figures for. I believe his first figure ever was Masters of the Universe Classics line, which is a very iconic one. One of these days we'll do a top 10 Masters of the Universe Classics countdown on the channel, and he will definitely be on my list. But who are we talking about today? We're talking about Anti-Eternia He-Man. Now, this is an interesting one. It's a simple repaint of He-Man, much like Faker, but he is all in black with red. Very devilish, very scary, very dark. One of the darkest characters, I think, in the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe lore. Just very cool and very iconic. The first time I ever saw pictures of him, I said, whoa, this is for me. Much like seeing the first Ozzy Osbourne album I saw as a little kid. Just being captivated, but like, I need to know more about what is going on here. This album cover is amazing. A lot like this guy. This looks like He-Man, but he looks evil. What is going on? And that has stuck with me for decades at this point. So very cool, and tracking down and listening to that original audio book, all that kind of stuff. Just very, very cool looking figure here, and there was no doubt he was going to be in my top 5 list, and he goes all the way to number 2 in my countdown. So that's number 2. What's number 1? Find out next. All right, the time has come. It's time to designate the number 1 Masters Universe Origin figure for 2022, as voted by me. Once again, put your list in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video. You made it this far, you might as well. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got countdown videos every single Thursday on the channel. So if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you do subscribe to this very YouTube channel. So without further ado, number 1, I got those old nostalgia glasses on. One of my favorite characters, one of my favorite action figures from my childhood, came to the Origins line here in 2022. Who am I talking about? It's one of the baddest of the bad. It is my boy Clawful. Clawful takes the number 1 spot. Like I said, nostalgia, it's a hell of a drug. That's what some people would say, and I would say that about Clawful, is I really liked his figure as a kid, and I like it now. Seeing it on the store pegs after all these years really brought me back in time, and just the iconic red, the iconic lobster claw on him, even his iconic weapon. This is for me. This was for me from day one. I was so excited to have him in the collection, and there was no doubt in my mind when I put the list together. Here's all the available ones for 2022. He immediately shot to number 1. I put my list together. I slept on it. He maintained number 1. So yes, nostalgia is a part of it, but man, I do love this figure. It does pop. It does look good. I love the claw. I love the weapon. Just everything about this is almost perfect for somebody like me. So Clawful coming in at number 1 for my Masters Universe Origin figures for 2022. But what say you guys? Once again, put your list in the comments down below. Don't forget about the Patreon channel, link in the description below as well. There you can get early access to videos like this, bonus content, early content, giveaways, Q&As, you name it. And best of all, you do support the channel and content like this. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. And then don't forget to hit me up on social social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So, for the Masters of the Universe 2022, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.